Good evening and welcome to KMTV's Review of the Week. It's been another busy week in our newsrooms across the county. On Monday, he may have lost the battle for South Thanet in a general election, but UKIP leader Nigel Farage returned to Kent to fight a new campaign. Jem Collins went to meet him.
Flashing cameras, mobs of press and Nigel Farage on the streets of Ramsgate. In fact, it's such a familiar sight, you'd be forgiven for thinking it's the general election all over again. It was just months ago that the UKIP leader was here on the streets of Thanet trying to win a place in Parliament. And now he's back again, but this time with an altogether different campaign. The issue is solely Europe, and today marked the launch of UKIP's campaign to quit the EU, as a promised referendum on the matter looms ever closer. Taking time to chat to locals and shop owners here in Ramsgate before moving on to Cliftonville in Margate, the politician seemed to receive a warm welcome. But with last election's defeat in South Thanet still looming over the party, does he think he's able to win this battle?
Yeah, I just think we have to get cracking in terms of timing. This referendum could be as early as next April. Depending how the legislation's framed, he might be able to call a referendum with 4 weeks' notice. We've got to get out there and engage the public. And I hope that other people from the Conservative Party and Labour Party and wherever they come from, will see what we're doing and want to come and join us.
Confidence aside, though, these last few days have seen a dramatic shift in the country's mood towards the refugee crisis, with Prime Minister David Cameron today announcing that the UK will accept up to 20,000 more refugees from Syria. But is it a mood that could extend to the public's view of the EU?
Well, much of his election campaign in May, when he was trying to become the South Thanet MP, was based on concerns about asylum seekers and the impact of immigration on places like Kent and Thanet. It's very interesting that the refugee crisis, which has sprung up in the last week to 10 days, has seen a little bit of a shift in the public mood. According to Farage, that's understandable, but he says it's not going to necessarily affect the way in which people vote when it comes to staying in or staying out or getting out of the EU.
However, whatever fortunes the coming months do bring for Farage and his campaign, it seems clear that Kent will again be seeing a lot more of him. This is Jem Collins in Ramsgate for KMTV.
On Thursday, we heard how shoppers in Kent were left shocked after a man wearing camouflage and carrying what looked like a gun entered a store in Sittingbourne. Aidan Gregory has the details.
This was the scene of a terrifying experience at a supermarket in Kent. Visitors to the store weren't to know that they were going to be confronted by what they thought was a gunman. On Wednesday, frightened customers at Lidl in Sittingbourne saw a man come into the store and what they thought had a gun. It's not something you'd expect to see whilst you're doing your shopping. Supermarket shoppers were left shocked yesterday after a man wearing camouflage and carrying what appeared to be a gun entered this Lidl in Sittingbourne at around 4 o'clock. Staff were said to have called the police, but the alleged gunman and his accomplice left the store and made their way towards Sittingbourne High Street. Kent police have confirmed that a 34-year-old man was arrested for possessing an imitation firearm, but have said he was later cautioned and released without charge. This is Aidan Gregory for KMTV.
On Wednesday, a scientist and artist from Kent are attempting to get the public interested in genomics in a very unconventional way. Aidan Gregory went to investigate.
It's not always easy to persuade others to get involved in science, but a genealogist and an artist have taken up the challenge. The pair are hoping that by representing human genomes as faces, more people can see how our genes make us different. Professor Darren Griffin from the University of Kent explains how it works.
Quite thankfully, the human genome breaks itself into individual chunks that we call chromosomes. And the chromosomes are where our genes lie. So in this case, what we tried to do was to take each chromosome and take some factor, some feature that that chromosome possessed, and see if we could represent it as a self-portrait.
It's not like these are the finished 25. We're going to rework and rework and rework them so that, and in the future, it'd be quite nice to play with the idea of scale, see how that affects things. The personalised genomes we can do for everyone else is be ongoing development, and that's something we're going to tighten up and get better, so anyone can do this just on a computer in a digital format. So yeah, no, it's ongoing.
Will I put myself forward in the experiment to find out how the ageing gene would affect me? And, judging from the results, I think I'll hang on to my youth a little longer.
What a beautiful picture, Adon. Anyway, that's it from us this week. We'll be back again with all the latest news from across your county on Monday. Don't forget, you can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and all our contact details are on Kent Online. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. Good night.